spend positive time, share great energy with these beautiful people, this wonderful team. I'm so excited.
Introduce your co-host.
Oh, I'm so glad that Ty Davis is here, Rebel Queen.
Thank you, thank you. I am so
Thank you.
today.
Thank you.
Yes.
Our teams, we have team members all over the place. And I got to give a special shout out to one beautiful, he used to be my huggy bear, but he's buffed up and lost weight. But y'all give some love to Jay Mazur. He's a year older. What a beautiful soul.
Happy birthday, Jay.
Happy birthday. He's bringing that smooth back. So y'all also find JAEMAZOR, Jay Mazur, and buy his music. Support him because he supports us, and that's how we do this. So thank you so much. Also got another shout out for a little guy who's just started preschool today. Y'all give it up for my little dude, Melanie. And Louis just started. He's local. He's I knew him before he could talk. And now he's starting preschool. We got little fans all over the place. And that's why we keep the show a certain way, because people look up to us and you just never know, right? So we keep things a certain way to show some love. Oh my gosh. I got a proud mama in the house. She's got an announcement as well.
I just wanted to give some love. Shout out to my son, Most High, a.k.a. Omari Carter. This past Sunday, he turned 26 years old.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, and he is an artist, too, and I'm just so excited and proud.
Do you remember the labor pains, though?
Oh, my God, yes, I do. I remember everything, everything. Nobody forgets that.
All these special people are celebrating their day, and I love it. I love it. Y'all keep doing what you're doing. We're going to do what we do. I got a couple of more team members to shout out that are not in the house. This is the last Tuesday of the month. On that day, we show love to indie artists, and that's why Soul Letica is coming in. But he's going to chop it up with our very own Sean Bailey. Sean is CEO of Xyla Music Publishing. And so this is Industry Speaks Day. That's right. So we're going to get some information about the dreaded P word. The P word, okay? So we got that on deck for you.
That's not popcorn.
No, not popcorn.
Okay.
Also, all the way from South Georgia, one of the original members of the Black Panther Party, Rodney Williams, one of our newest team members, has some Black history for you, some History Speaks, and that segment is coming up for you as well. Behind the glass, my protectors, y'all don't know what can go down in here. If things go wrong, those guys got our back, right?
Yeah,
that's right.
We're counting on that.
We're counting on that. So let's go give love to King Blacksmith and Only One Behind the Glass.
Only One. And the King.
Yeah. So let's get this thing started. The Love Speaks is do the world a favor. Don't hide your light. We're coming right back. This is IBNX Radio. Live Life in the Purple on the IBNXradio.com network. Be right back. Thank you. I hope you guys are benefiting. Keep logging on. Keep showing those hearts.
Hello, my Purple Nation. Live Life in the Purple is pleased to announce its new sponsor. We are now supported by Purple Door Creations. Purple Door Creations is an incubator for creatives. 5 brands under one roof. Purple Door Creations, making the world beautiful, one dream at a time. It is a good thing to believe in yourself. Hi, this is Love. By now you may know that I released a few audio recordings of my poetry entitled Sounds from a Purple Mind. You know, poetry is a deeply personal and artful expression, and it takes courage to share it publicly. I am proud that I am able to use a portion of the sales from this project for local charities. For those who have purchased and shared generously in giving back, I thank you. If you would like to leave a review, please go to the Facebook page for MLove, that is MLUV, all caps, to leave a review or to stay in touch with me. If you would like to be a part of supporting community charities by purchasing the project, please contact me for a hard copy or go to bandcamp.com and search for Sounds from a Purple Mind. Thank you for supporting the arts community and the MLove Poetry Project. Peace. It has been said that there's a time for everything under the sun. Well, right now, sit back and relax, because it's time for Love Speaks with MLove.
Do the world a favor. Don't hide your light. I know those sound like bold words, but it was only through introspection that I realized that I was doing that. And to some extent, a lot of us do that. So that's what this is talking to. Rumi, an ancient poet, he said, "The moon stays bright when it doesn't avoid the night. The moon stays bright when it doesn't avoid the light." That was a deep, deep saying, and it sent me to thinking. It sent me to thinking about some things. So I found a blog that talked about this. It was a blog called "Are You Afraid to Shine?" And that set my mind thinking, am I afraid to shine? And I did figure out that I was. What this blog did was help people to identify and go for their truest desires in life. And when you do that, you start quickly finding out the fears that you've put into place that are blocking you. And fear of failure is one of the highest ones. Now, we talk a lot about fear of failure here on Love Speaks, but fear of success can also be there. There are people who are afraid to be successful. Why is that? It's sneaky, isn't it? So you are, in fact, your own saboteur. You're looking out for the dude next door or your female friend that may be hating on you, and you could be your own hater. Why would we be afraid of being and doing what we most wish to be? Maybe because it's change. Maybe because it would shake things up. Maybe because the people that you hung with, you grew up with, won't fit into that scheme anymore. If you go higher, they may not fit, and that's scary. That's leaving the unknown. It creates new concerns and uncover other inconvenient truths. So in other words, it might require some uncomfortable changes, and we love to resist change, don't we? But what if we hold ourselves back because we fear outshining others and standing out? Ooh, that was mine. I didn't want to stand out because I didn't want to outshine others. And I traced it back to something that happened in childhood. You know, you were told, stop showing off. Sit down, you know, and I thought that being myself and showing what I did best was showing off. And that was something we got punished for. And I didn't realize that I put a block in place that said, don't step outside of the line and try to, you know, look better than others, be better than others. I didn't realize that that was also a limit to myself. It was an old story that was continuing to play. Also, I found out later in life that I'm very empathetic. I didn't have a word for it in my vocabulary when I was young, but that's what it was. I was empathetic, and my empathy was larger than my desire to be better or to grow. And so I would feel sorry for people or feel bad for them, and I didn't want to outshine them. And so I held myself back. Now, this blogger, Kim Charles, that wrote this article, she realized that she had some issues like that. She said as a child she was smart, pretty, talented, and compassionate. And then one day, kids in her neighborhood she found out was calling her Queen Elizabeth because they felt that because she was just being herself and being talented that she was outshining them, and it made her calm down. It wasn't a compliment. And that affected her. So she started holding herself back. Now, when did she find this out? She found it out when she hired a coach, like successful people do. Some successful people hire up to 7 coaches. I think Oprah has up to 7 coaches to help her do what she does. Now, we're going to do it the poor man's way for right now until we can get there. So we're going to help each other through this, and that's what we do. So, old incidents connected to things that happened was connected to fear of shining. Because for this person, fear of shining meant that others might feel threatened or jealous and that they would shun them. And she also got afraid of leaving people behind. Is that you? Are you afraid of leaving people behind? It was me. Nobody wants to be alone, right? So you figure, I want to stay here with my friends, and people may not be moving as fast as you know you can, and so you hold yourself back. You're not doing anybody a favor. We need you. We need our artists, we need our poets, we need our next best whatevers, so we cannot be afraid to shine. Can you see how those assumptions would cause anybody to sabotage themselves? Wow. It's messy to go inside of yourself and realize these things. Believe me, it's not something that the weak should do. Only the strong should make that guided journey into themselves and finding what's in your way. You've got to stoke the fires. You've got to move some smoldering embers around so that your inner fire can blaze and you can show up for your life. You've got to do that. What holds a lot of people back is the uncertainty. They don't know what's on the other side of the wall. I get it. I get it. Who wants to second place to anything? Who wants to do the walk of shame back to where we started from if we don't succeed? I get that. If you feel this way, turn off the television, turn off whatever distraction that you have, and Google success stories. Listen to me. Google success stories. Go buy a book. Go spend some time in Barnes & Nobles or wherever a bookstore is, a library, and go to the self-help section and look at all these people. A list as long as my arm of success stories. You'll find hours of content about losers, mistakes, mishaps, and train wreck lives. Honestly, but keep reading them, get to the end, and you'll find a success story. That's how they made it. That was the blueprint, failure. They had to fail to success. They had to let their light shine and step out there and mess up big time. Lost businesses, homes, cars, and everything else to make it, to break through, okay? You've got to have a passionate conviction of your goals if you're going to have the best chance of success, but nobody can guarantee that success. Are you a gambler? Do you have what it takes? Then you'll make it. Now that's a paradox, but what in life is not a puzzle? What is not? Uncertain. Everything is. But would you keep on your way if you knew that only a few people would appreciate your work? Would you do what it is that you do if the chances were slim to none that you could be one of the lucky few to earn a living at it? What if your goal was writing? Whatever your dream is, music. Is it fame and recognition by others that's fueling you, or is it the enjoyment of doing that thing that's motivating you? I'll tell you what is motivating me. I found a poem. I was up at 4-something in the morning thinking about you guys and getting ready for this. Listen to this. It's by a poet, an older man. His name is Charles Bukowski. Charles Bukowski. Feel this for me. It's called Roll the Dice. Roll the dice. If you're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start. If you're going to try, go all the way. This could mean losing girlfriends, wives, relatives, jobs, and maybe your mind. Go all the way. It could mean not eating for 3 or 4 days. It could mean freezing on a park bench. It could mean jail. It could mean derision, mockery, isolation. Isolation is the gift. All the others are a test of your endurance, of how much you really want it, how much you really want to do it. And you'll do it despite rejection and the worst odds, and it will be better than anything else you can imagine. If you're going to try, go all the way. There is no other feeling like that. You will be alone with the gods, and the night will flame with fire. Do it, do it, do it, do it all the way, all the way. You will ride life straight to perfect laughter. It's the only good fight there is. Charles Bukowski. He's a poetic genius. I love that. He speaks to the fear in us. Now, critics spoke of this as a reckless poem, but putting that to the side, how did you feel as I was reading that? Did something in you sit up, maybe just a little? Did you remember a dream that you had or something that you invented that you tucked away? A business plan that couldn't be carried out because the babies, marriage, or mortgage came along? What about now? Revisit that business plan, that idea. The babies are growing up. Mortgage, how many years you got left on it? Maybe it's the right time to pull that out again. As long as you have breath, you have time. You beautiful souls, let's go. Let's do it. This is why you tuned in to Live Life in the Purple. This is why you tuned in to Love Speaks. I want to hear about you. You can talk back to me if you're on any one of the mediums that I'm looking at. Sound of my voice, or you're watching us on YouTube, there's a feature where you can text something and we can get that message. I want to hear from you. Where are you going? What are you doing? I love you. We love you fearlessly, and there's not a thing you can do about it. That's my Love Speaks. We're coming back to talk to the team and the beautiful souls that came into the room. We love you. Peace.
If you're not listening to Word of Mind Radio, then you're seriously missing out. Hosts Trey Grizzy and Nine Ether share their perspectives on everything from social issues that affect our communities to relationships and trends that affect us all, guaranteed to teach you something new. Word of Mind is engaging.
The only way that we can do this is do it together. So I love you.
We all love you for sharing.
Empowering.
Somebody dropped the ball somewhere because we want our kids to forget the struggles that we went through. But the struggles that we went through is what got us to where we are now.
And definitely entertaining.
She probably got one of them wholesome names like Gertrude, but back in the day they called her Gertie. They called her
Dirty Gertie.
Dirty Gertie, flirty Gertie. You know what I mean?
Y'all are horrible.
Yeah. Tune in and learn up every Tuesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on IBNX Radio.
And type in IBNX Radio Network, and you can see the live stream. So you get to see every scratch, everything we do. But
your Love Speaks always resonates with me because it's always something that I'm in the middle of. So I've been in the middle of this journey, right? Facing my fears, getting out on stage, performing in front of hundreds of people. I'm like, oh, wow. You know, there's fear every single time you do it. But once you get on, once I get in front of that mic, it, you know.
Yeah, we've seen it.
Yeah, well, you know, the light comes through, right? And then when you give yourself, when you give your own energy and your own talent the opportunity to shine, and I'm gonna look over this direction and say that when y'all give your energy and your light an opportunity to shine, people are just gonna gravitate towards it.
It is scary. Like on the mic right here, just talking to y'all, I can say whatever. I can moonwalk, boogaloo, do whatever, right?
Yes.
Spin around. When I get in front of and the crowd and the poetry, I'm like crickets. Right. So, you know, I've said this before. I'm taking advice from anyone who's a performer. If you got some advice for me, hey, I got no shame in my game. I want to hear from you. How do I keep my knees from knocking and hands from shaking when I do this thing? But yeah, we have to get over ourselves. Can you imagine if Michael Jackson, as shy as this man was, and as beautiful as he was of a spirit, if he hadn't have gotten out there and gotten in front of the mic, we wouldn't have the Jackson 5.
The beautiful music they made. Those are some of the best memories of my life, man, listening to the Jackson 5.
You think they didn't have to get out of it?
Yeah.
But I think more than anything, they wanted out of that poverty that they were in.
Yes.
That was their way out. It was going to be working for the mill, like Daddy, or hitting his mic.
Mm-hmm. That's a powerful why. Powerful to get out of poverty. And we talked about whys last week. I think it's really important to have a why, and that will drive us forward. I want to say to you, Ty, you're absolutely right. When you get on the stage, your light shines. Something comes forth from you that would not expect your 5 foot.
It's actually Taisha. See, Thais is the tame person that y'all talk to every day, and when I get on the mic, it's Taisha that come out.
Pretty amazing.
No, wait, Rebel Queen.
Yes, that's that Taisha. That's the Rebel Queen is Taisha in the box. That's the Jersey girl in the little box.
Okay. Whatever it is. What say you, Marilyn?
Well, I'm afraid of failure and success. I'm afraid of everything, and I masked that throughout my life by being the backup singer, being in the choir, not up front. I'd play the bass, not the lead. I always wanted to sing backup. I never wanted to be in the limelight, and I struggled really hard with getting out there, and I faced this fear by going to a lot of open mics and just getting out there and showing myself. It was hard as heck, and I called it finding my voice. And it's frightening as heck, and I still struggle with it. I'd much rather be in the backup crew than out in the front, but you're right, our light must shine, and I'm still hiding it.
Yeah, well, we're going to kick you out into the light.
See, now you said something, I'm going to, I'm sorry.
On you.
We're going to tag team
that's what our friends for, with accountability, right?
But you know what? You know the difference? If you're in the back, and you're playing the back, but secretly you're wishing, and you're going ahead, you know, you're doing the moves of the front person, you need to listen to that. That's not a bad thing. It's saying that there's more in you, and you need to explore that. Some people are just, hey, if it ever comes my way, I would turn it down. But some people are, you know what, I'm doing my job back here, but if I get the chance, I'll step up to the back. That's a good attitude. You need to talk to that person inside and see what it's telling you. You know what I'm saying? And so I was that person. I was the one I'd be content in the back, but if I get a chance, I'm gonna do it. You know, so
I think I also have to listen to what other people say, that where I should be, because I'm content in the back. It's frightening in the front.
It is.
But people tell you that you need to be out there, then you need to listen. Right, M Love?
Right.
And sometimes you do need that person to pull you along, to push or pull you or whatever it is. For me, it's Camila. You know, for M Love, it's
shout out to Camila.
Us, yes, our love, Camila Montgomery, and I have full intentions on pulling these young men in the studio with us.
Yeah, the balance of the shift of the energy went, because I'm heavy stepped into the room. I'm heavy stepped into the room. I just want to introduce them real quick. You're going to get to know them on a deeper level all throughout the show, but step up to the mic, Mr. Soletica.
Hey, how y'all doing? My name is Soletica. I'm 1/3 of the ISM Collective in Atlanta, along with Van and Not Houston. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. So what, do you have any reflections for us on the Love Speaks?
It's definitely something I went through in the beginning. When I first started performing, I was really nervous, and it took like one really good performance for me to be like, all right, I can do this. But yeah, I get caught in it every day, just trying to stay focused and trying to keep positivity, and you know, it's tough, but you gotta do it.
Did you always want to be a performer? Did you resonate with that, like wanting to hang back, or?
No, honestly, up until, I'm still shy sometimes, but up until about 2 years ago, that's when I really started getting on stage, and I was really comfortable with being in front of people, performing, and doing poetry and doing music. But in the beginning, yeah, it was tough. I didn't really get out there at all.
Ooh. And I just want to say something that I hope encourages you. I actually became aware of your music through someone that used to go and see you do spoken word.
Oh, that's dope.
And so they started following you, and I got turned on to your music, and here we are. I mean, and I just had no idea there was this much talent just sitting.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Man.
All right, I appreciate that. And step up to the mic. Who's with you?
With me is Van and Not Houston. These are the two people I make music with.
Okay.
Hey, how's it going, y'all?
What's up? What's up?
Yeah, my name's Van. I'm 1/3 of the collective of ISM too. Yeah, I had a lot of performance anxiety as well. We've been making music for a long time, and I went through like a 2-year period where I would kind of reject the idea of performing, just based on, you talked a lot about wanting to be in the back. I was kind of content with that for a while. You know, I always felt like I had the ability to be in the, perform, but I was really, really nervous. So that was a big thing that I had to overcome. So, yeah.
Hey everyone, I'm Not Houston.
Hi.
I probably had the most experience of performing out of the two, but because they're so good at music, they were making music before me, and I came on the back end. So to match their greatness, it kind of really put me in a shadow, and I was like, it was tough for me to really, take what I know I had and present it. But after a while, I got it because they helped me out. But
I like that. Yeah. So how long have you guys been performing together? Or?
About 2 years.
2 years. Yeah. So you know each other pretty well. And
we've been doing music together since high school, but performance-wise, hitting the stage and actually being in front of people, we probably, about 2 years.
Cool. What advice do you have for somebody who has a fear of failure, is self-sabotaging themselves in some manner, not being focused, and they're good? You see somebody that's good, and they're like, dude.
Yeah.
What advice do you have?
I'll say just realize your talent and just go out there and do it. You have to just kind of throw yourself out there and get it done.
Yeah.
If you just sit there and think about it, it's kind of tough to get started, because dealing with yourself, you're your own worst critic. So.
Yes. Oh, I know that. I do this because I'm talking to somebody out there and I'm talking to myself. I am, I'll tell you, this is about my struggles. I use myself as a template because I'm not going to point you out.
Right.
So, but I know that we all have a universal story. So we can find that point where we all come together, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if we don't do things like this, and I know it's rough, especially for men, nobody wants to look goofy.
Right.
You just don't want to, but you look at somebody who looks goofy like Steve Martin or Jerry Lewis. You think they looking back on all the times they made funny faces and did stupid things? They got paid for that.
Right.
So you gotta break through that wall that's there that's saying, pay attention to other people, what are they thinking? And that's my issue about performing, looking at the audience in the eye. I keep thinking, if I see somebody scratch or look at them going, oh crap, they're not feeling it, and I gotta tell myself, keep going, focus on your goal. Right. Look out there, not right there. Do something, because my poetry would never come to the light of day if I didn't.
Right.
And the other thing that helped me that I can't say enough is having people around you that encourage you, that won't let you stop, that won't let you give up. I'm telling you, if you don't have it, reset. Hit reset, start all over again.
Yeah, I'm definitely glad I got the people I have with me, because I don't think I would have been able to start putting the music out the way I have, and with the confidence that I have, if I didn't have them backing me up, telling me that it was good. And sometimes you just need that family support, friends, people you can trust.
And that tell you it's not good. You can do better.
Right. Yeah. Because that's all crucial, right? That's how you grow as an artist, right? Is to you find out what's not good, you learn how to tweak it, you know, you make it a little bit better.
Right.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. I was reading, you know, like I said, this is MJ's birthday, and I was reading about him, and I don't know if you guys remember when he did a song with Paul McCartney.
The Girl Is Mine.
The Girl Is Mine. Quincy Jones didn't necessarily. You know, that's he was really intimidated because he stepped out away from his old crew to go in with Paul McCartney, and he said that was the first time he went in without, you know, those people in his ear, and it was on his own. And Paul McCartney was saying he really held his own in that studio. He was apprehensive about that, and I thought. That's why I read a lot. You've got to read. You've got to read the success stories. You'll see the failures as well. And he came into his own in that studio without all these other people assisting him, just him and Paul, and they did that song, and it was really good. And so find your inspiration wherever it is, but find it and do you. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for chiming in. So Letica, names again?
Nye Houston.
Nye and Van. Got it. So that's the beautiful souls that's in the studio today. They're going to be talking with Sean and hanging out with us. But we've got another beautiful soul on the line. But before we get him on, I want you to hear his song. This is Scribe Sayer. Scribe Sayer, S-A-Y-E-R, all the way from the West Coast. Shout out to Yo Sis for hooking us up together. This song blew me away. Now, he's got a catalog of over, I don't know how many songs, but this one really, really got me. And y'all hang out and listen to Scribe Sayer.
Within as I spit, hurricane gusts don't make that chest cave in. I'm flying like Iron Man, taking flight when I write. Watch my solar eclipse as I silver surf on a kite. Cadets measure skill by the distance of height. You can say I'm shorter than most high, but taller than starlight. God taught me how to box with arms of any length. Got it quick like the box line, cunning is my strength. Slow like Cassius, sting like the cold wind. I live the Native American dream, catch me if you can. Chicago is my lungs, the cold front is my breath. Tornadoes on my body when I move, there's nothing left. Feel the calm before the storm blows near. It's the wind tunnel effect I deliver to your ear. Expand the chest as I inhale the oxygen. Grab your parachute while I swoop you off the top of mountains. Out the gate with power horse, Mach 8 on the straight course, injected in the vein port. Abort the wound, the light short, descends to. Otherwise, ride helium till you rise like high noon. I'm the face in the moon, it reflects the sun's storm. Then free fall to the sounds of gravitational form. Run like the wind till I collapse both your lungs. Rush through red lights like whites pass through slums. Airborne for life, without it you suffocate. I control the death rate, therefore can resuscitate. Old school windmill, kick that sand in your eye. Don't you realize one touch I can make anything fly? Listen to the wind instrument, hum like filament. Germ warfarers coming as I move through an event. Heavy with intent as I watch you all freeze. Delivered by the messenger, scribe speaking cool breeze. like a wolf disguised in black sheep clothing. Huff and puff on them pigs till asthma got me choking. Breath controls the soul, I catch wind without a... Now you see with ability to sky straight. Standing on this lip, watching my hands give me energy each time I throw shit. Give yourself to the next man. Out goes the candle. The way the forecast says, the metaphors clash in format. With the shoes with the hand. I got the verse like taking off the first wings. Soar for eternity or as long as the world spins. The who's in the cockpit when the engine's cut off. First class black box without me, you're all lost. I'm that face in the cloud. I exhale to the sound of the action when it happens.
Y'all gotta get on some open mics and stuff like that now. You ain't gonna know that. Right, like I've already sent a picture to Ken, because I sent Ken your stuff. Like I think you would, I have a friend that just showed me. I think y'all would blow, and even Harold. I need to say something to Harold. What up, what up? How did you enjoy that? I was grooving, I'm telling you. You gotta feel me on that. Don't sleep on these poets.
That was amazing.
Yeah. Don't be poets are, all sensitive and my heart broken and the wind came. No. No. Our guests in the studio and our guests online are going to crush that if that's what you think. Y'all show some purple love to the West Coast own Scribe Sayer. What's up, Scribe? How are you? What's up? Dude, they got flies in their mouth right now from that song, and I know that was one of your recent ones, but that's the one I fell in love with. I just love the, I told you that your words, lyrically was beautiful on that. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So, don't get shy on me now, because I know you can talk. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm trying to hear it. It's a little static, and I got a delay here too.
Yeah, we got a little delay.
Okay, what was that last question?
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
A little bit about myself. Coming from New York, grew up in San Diego. I'm in the Bay Area currently. I've been doing this music thing for going on 30 years. And traveled the world a little bit. Put out a group of albums. Did some cassette, CD, vinyl. Produced some folks. Did some engineering. Ran a record label.
Wow, that is quite a list.
30 years in the music, 30 years in the business. And you're still alive and well to tell about it. That's awesome.
Yeah, it just kept them, under the radar, I guess.
Yeah, you and I connected on so many areas, but one thing I immediately got from you, your spirit, your adventurous spirit. And you had a fantastic experience when you ventured overseas. Can you tell us about that?
Overseas was cool. The first time I left was 96. And took one of our first record presses over there. Met up with a cat named DJ Alafu. Went to Scotland and toured for 2 months. While we were there, we had a chance to open up for Gil Scott-Heron at the Lemon Tree in Aberdeen. That was an amazing experience right there. Had a chance to kick it with Gil Scott. And,
wow.
And
you kicked it with Gil Scott?
It's heavy.
Gil Scott. Gil Scott, okay. I thought we were on the same subject. Awesome, awesome. What did you learn from getting to talk to a slice of history, of poetic history?
Poetic history. It really started back when I was doing creative writing in elementary school. We had to break out a journal. I can't remember if it was once a day or once a week. And that was one of my favorite times of school. I didn't like doing subtraction or some of the other subjects, but when it came to writing my stories in the journal, it was like the greatest experience for me. So I think that's where it really started. It took until 1991 when I started writing rhymes. I'm pretty sure that it was all locked in there. It came out in a creative style. Coming from the East Coast, I think there's some of that flavor in there. Growing up in the West Coast, you know, I got the streets, Cali streets, and then a lot of influence from the West Coast, the Freestyle Fellowship, the Far Side, Hieroglyphics.
Wow. Man,
it kind of follows to my style.
We were talking about on the Love Speaks about not being afraid to shine and stepping out and showing the world your light. Did you have trouble doing that, coming from someone who was journaling and, you know, basically writing and then making rhymes, and then how was the transition to saying that in front of people? Like, did you have to overcome, get out of your way to do that?
I believe so, just like anything you would out there. So you're referring to the expression of the creative writing and how I had to bring it to the audience? Is that what you were asking? Exactly. Okay, so, you know, my first album is called Relocated. Actually, it's called Dislocated Joints. That was, no, I'm sorry, I'm going to go back before that. I did a cassette called Remnants Unforgot.
Yeah, that's going back.
First project I did solo, and had a chance to go out on a limb and be me 100%. There was no influence with that project. If anybody ever gets a chance to hear it, they'll know what I'm talking about. It's got a lot of blues in there. You know, it's got the San Diego Underground influence, LA influence, I'm sure, some New York. But bringing it to the audience was not difficult because it was something that I really was digging just to express myself and do it in a poetic manner. You do the music over beats. And to have 100% creative control of what I was doing was gave me the fuel to get in front of an audience and not worry about what I was saying and doing, you know, just kind of be free with it.
Yeah. That style of poetry where we add music or beats to our rhymes, Gil Scott-Heron and that crew, they definitely did that. And we find that now poetry has a heavy hip-hop influence to it that I hear in that piece that we heard from you. What you?
Yeah, go for it.
No, you go ahead.
No, I kind of lost it anyway. Go for it. I want to hear what you got to say.
I was speaking to the heavy hip-hop influence that we see now in poetry, spoken word.
Yeah, I can, you know, it's always been there. And I think it's a crossover thing because you got some poets who rhyme, you got some MCs who do poetry. You know, the beatnik style from back in the day, it's still there. It's still got its place, but I mean, I'm speaking from my personal experience, getting up and doing poetry, coming from the background of doing hip hop music. I never thought about it that way, but I'm sure it probably sounds like that. So I believe that's what's up with the folks out there that sound the same way.
Yeah, I mean, it's I like it. There's still definitely the Maya Angelou influence, the Dika Giovanni, the Sonia Sanchez. There's still that there too. But that's what I love, the fluidity of it. You can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
You do a lot of work with young folks in the community. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, something that I've been doing is, currently is EOB, it's Elders of the Block. Elders of the Block is about reinstating the elder into the community so that the youngsters understand that tradition. The elders are going to create and run workshops in the community. So Elders of the Block is all about the youth. We consider the youth the blocks, and we're going to build blocks.
Nice.
We also consider the block to be the city block that we live in, the neighborhoods. And so we're going to try to tie that all together, and we're going to have the elders make sure that they're recognized these days, bring them back into the picture, give them purpose in the community, and have the children realize that that's where it starts. Then it's all devoted to the children growing and developing with our guidance as elders. And so, you know, it's related to community being neighborhood with the blocks. It's also related to the game of chess. It's going to cover a lot of music areas. We're going to talk about education, talk about some health, you know, making sure the kids understand how to go to school with proper nutrition so that they can think.
Wow.
You know, how to study and do research on their own. Like I said, it's gonna revolve around the game of chess. So there's a lot of things that dealing with 64 squares. There's goals that we're gonna set within EOB, where there's 64 goals that need to be met. It allows the youth to elevate to the next level under the guidance of the elders and to receive different types of patches, medallions. You know, it is a club, it is somewhat of a membership that we're going to instate at some point. And that will allow the children to feel like they're a part of something that they can grow in.
That almost sounds like the Boy Scouts. That sounds almost like, you know, the Boys and Girls Club from New York, right, back in the day. And the Boy Scouts kind of thing in the Midwest and down here, that's almost remnant of it, except you're meeting them where they are, in my opinion. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is true. You know, it does cover all of the organizations that are already out there. But we want to be unique and come from the root of chess. You know, how you move through life. Are you a pawn? Are you a king or queen? You know, a bishop. So what's your role? And just trying to get the goals to the children with the guidance of the elders. I mean, you know, it happens out there, but not on a level where it's concentrated. And I think that's what we really want to do, is make sure people understand. That's why elders is in the name. Elders of the Block.
I love it.
Can I just say, I'm Marilyn. I'm on the show with M. Love, and I love the fact that there's this incredible vision around what you just described, and how it seems to just grow and grow as you speak about it. And there's obviously some beautiful energy behind what you're doing to make that manifest as it is. I can't wait to see how many lives you touch. That's beautiful. Thank you.
And this is Ty, Rebel Queen. I wanted to say, you really, it struck upon me how you talked about how you want the young people to strategically move through life. And I think that's going to be an extremely important skill that they're going to need to learn, because critical thinking is a skill that a lot of our young people don't have. We're not cultivating that in school. Thank you. Thank you for that effort. Thank you.
Right.
Now, I do want to hear, you said that you, I was looking for the name of the other poet. I actually looked him up. You wanted to go live with us on a piece that you were collabing with?
Okay, are you talking about the poem that I got?
Yeah, we want to hear from you.
Made in Mexico.
Made in Mexico. What was the person you were collabing? What was his name? That poet.
Say that again.
The poet that you were collabing with on this. You mentioned his name. He's an OG.
Oh. Okay, so this piece was written specifically for an event that I did with a big poet, Roberto Tinoco Duran.
Yeah.
And if you look up his name in YouTube, you can catch a lot of pieces that he's done. He does have books. He's got a documentary coming out. I hope they release it sometime soon because it is overdue.
Awesome.
This guy, he came into an open mic that I host one night, and he looked like he didn't belong there. He wasn't sure if he was going to stay, but as the host, I assured him that he had a spot if he wanted to get up, put his name on the list. He ended up getting up on stage later that evening, and he blew my mind with very short, precise poems about life, and, from his perspective as a Chicano, as an independent thinker. And the room was silent through most of it because it was so heavy.
So give us that piece.
Well, anyway, this guy, he did an event at the Mexican Heritage Plaza Theater, and this is back in 2014. And he invited me to perform with him, so I wrote a piece specifically for that evening.
Okay. Well, we're ready for it.
You ready? All right, here we go. It's called Made in Mexico. Haven't seen him. The sky replied. He is the cloud walker now. As long as the grass will grow, as above, so below. In 73, Wounded Knee, the death of the legendary Bruce Lee entered me. A child in the hills of Old Town, San Diego, amidst Kumiye memories of 9,000 years ago. Chile tongue, spit fire like gods in summer. The Star Umar runner, sprint with me on the peak of Sierra Madre's wonder. Oh God, particle, bang, the star pistol, out of body, takes the physical. I am Ruben Navarro at age 26. I am Andy Lopez at 3:15 p.m. I am Richie Valens stepping off the plane in Moorhead, Minnesota. I won the coin toss. Hey, give me back my quarter. It's a good day to die. Today I am ancient. My crazy horse life. Want it? Try and take it. Gang signs are flatline. Settled in handball. Colors of a blood red sky pissed on every wall. Then I saw Revolution Reporter's lens. La Casa Azul is where my art began and will eventually end. No pesticides, Theo Taco. Quien te crees, nobody macho. And if minority means poverty, then huelga. Equality for all, always running. Luis Rodriguez never falls. The shrunken head of Pancho Villa. Luis Valdez, to Chicano Parks, Victor Ochoa, and Los Alacranes. My hunger strike, 8 days with Cesar Chavez. Brothers and sisters unite. Delano in spirit, raise our voice till the unconscious hear it. Block, scribe say, Los Sapos.
That's that piece?
That's the piece.
Nice, nice. Of course, because a lot of it was, I think, Mexican references, but I love those that I recognize, Richie Valens and the Blue House. That's related to that Mexican painter, correct? The one that Yo loves.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. Thank you. Thank you for that. And I did look him up.
Thank you.
He is a true OG, and he has a catalog that is amazing. As many books. That shows a level that you have, a maturity, to go back and bring that history with you. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for taking your time and chatting with us today. It will not, I'm calling it, will not be our last time talking with you. I'm going to keep working my way through your catalog, and we'll chat later about how we can influence, put some of it on the show, if you don't mind.
Very nice. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Amla.
No problem. Now, you got another project. What are you working on now?
Man, I'm working on 3 albums. One of them is a follow-up from Relocated Joints.
Okay.
Relocated Joints is a project I did back in 1996, where I actually killed off my first name, my writing name, which was Rune Orpheus. So I'm gonna come back with a new project with that same title, and it's gonna be based on From Beyond. It's gonna be real heavy, deep, hallucinogenic type material.
Oh, wow.
Everything that's happened since 1996.
Wow.
There's a lot to say in that one. I got another one that I'm doing. It's a double vinyl project with a producer named Scandal over here up in Concord. He's going to produce one record. I'm producing the other one, but I'm the MC on both records. And then I'm doing one live record, my first live record with a jazz band.
Nice. That's going to be cool. And also, you said something about a hip-hop coloring book?
No way.
Yes.
I'm a colorer.
On Facebook. Say that again?
I'm a colorer, and I want to know where I can buy the coloring book, because where can I get the coloring book?
Okay, well, I'll definitely have to sign one for you and send it to you personally.
Aww.
But you can get the book on Amazon.com when it gets done. Right now, I'm in the final proofing of it, and it's the first of a series. I've got a whole bunch to follow. One of them is actually based on the poem that I just did, Made in Mexico.
Wow.
Each one is going to have a different artist. My lyrics to the song or the poem is going to be on the left side. The art is going to be on the right side. And that's going to be consistent throughout each book. They all have their own project title based on the poem or the song that I'm basing it off of. They're all going to be done by different artists. So look out for that, on Amazon.com when it comes out. But you can better be in tune with it if you go to Facebook and check me out under Scribe Sayer, S-A-Y-A-R. Hit me up on Instagram. I'm definitely promoting through those two avenues.
Gotcha. Well, you got a room full of fans.
Wow.
We thank you for the connect. Shout out to your sister for doing her thing on the West Coast so that we can meet you and share this energy. As I said, poetry has no boundaries. Art has no boundaries. We don't pay attention to foreign borders. We're blowing through all of that, and because of that, you're now on our timeline. Thank you for being in the purple. We appreciate you, and thank you for introducing me to Roberto Tinoco Duran. Thank you. That was my phony Spanish Mexican, but thank you. We appreciate you. Keep listening, and we thank you, and we'll be in touch soon. Folks, y'all got to give it up to Scribe Sayer, S-A-Y-E-R. Find him on Facebook. Look out for his projects. Got lots of tracks out there for you to support and play. So thank you so much, Scribe. All right. We got more for you. Did you enjoy that? Because yes. I did. I did.
That was a treat.
That was a treat. I'm telling you. And it just gets better. It just gets better. So just as your pulse comes down from that, we've got Soletica in the house. And he's got his crew, Nye and Van. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Thank Charlotte Maryland for writing that down for me. We got more for you. Up right now is so much. We've got positive news. We also got History Speaks. Y'all chill out. You're listening to Live Life in the Purple on the IBNXradio.com network.
All right. Say hello, y'all. I'm going to put y'all on my...
Welcome to Positive News, a place to hear the news that brings us smile.
Hey, everybody. We in the studio live with
we were listening to a call, so I couldn't look at you guys too much, but I think
they're about to bless us today live. You got to follow these fellas on Twitter, everybody. If you ain't listened to somebody who has listened to before, y'all know the ISM Collective? ISM. If y'all haven't followed this group before, you need to do it today. We're here with and Love, Marilyn. We got Tiffy, Aaron in the back.
Jacob O'Connor is being
Check us out,
a hero after he used a scene from his favorite movie to save his 2-year-old brother Dylan. Last month, Jacob and his brother Jacob was about to start watching TV when he noticed that the door was open.
We're on page 2, top of page 2.
The youngster went outside and saw his brother floating face down in the backyard pool.
You did a great
job.
I try not to gush because I was so crushing.
San Andreas.
I was on the phone, what was it? I talked to him Saturday. I was on the phone Saturday, like, you know, when you was in the phone in the closet, when you were in high school, you know, grinning in the phone.
That Jacob's actions
Voice was
almost
nice.
certainly saved his brother's life. If he did not intervene,
I'm sorry, say it again.
paramedics
Yes,
may not have been able to help
Yes,
him
it is
in
social
time.
music. Where is this?
After
Is
spending
it just
1 day in
ISM? Like
care, the
when I
officers
call you on
back
social
home.
media,
Where he can be
ISM?
sure that his
Where
70-year-old
or
brother will always be helping to keep an eye on him in the future. And if the story couldn't get any better already,
His speech was
Jacob
supposed to
got
be
shout
at
out
2:30.
from his hero on Twitter after the rescue. Wow,
Oh, we missed
amazing
it at
story,
2:30
wrote The
because we were
Rock.
talking?
You're
Yeah,
a
is that what it
real-life
was?
hero.
Okay.
We're all
So
proud
it's on
of
the
you.
list, but we just didn't.
We gotta go back and pick it up.
Yeah, we did.
A small district in Indonesia has become known as the Rainbow Village.
How about we do it after
That
your
when residents of
announcements
a
at
slum
3:12.
district on the island of
Instead of
Java
blue
in
skies.
Indonesia decided their surroundings had become gloomy and gray, they took matters into their own hands.
We do some announcements
Locals
and then
spent a
we'll-
month
and we'll,
painting 200 buildings
stay
along the
tuned, we'll get the
hillside
history speaks,
in
and then
vivid
we'll have an
colors,
interview with someone.
earning it the name
Okay, all right, let me
Kampung
tell
Pelangi,
You can write it.
or Rainbow Village. From rooftops to gutters, almost every inch has been covered in stripes and artwork. Reportedly
How's the view? How are we looking on that?
Slamat Widodo,
How are we
residents
looking on
applied to the local government for funding in a bid to rejuvenate the district, a low-income part of Semarang. Almost every inch has been covered in
Maryland is
stripes
in
and
the camera
artwork.
right now.
The spot has become a tourist attraction and an unlikely hit on social media, particularly on Instagram, where hundreds have uploaded
How y'all
pictures
doing?
of the buildings.
Good.
Designs
So you see how it flows?
queen-size
And
buildings,
you can get you on any show. The shows that, like, there's a show after us, the later shows are unfiltered, you know,
We hope that
because
you
of the hour.
enjoyed positive
And
news
they
and that the
play all
stories
types
put
of
a smile
stuff.
on your
And,
face.
so any show
We here at
you want
Lakeland
to
and
be
the Purple
on.
encourage you.
And anytime you want to interview, we can get you on here.
I like BNX.
Yeah. So, and each show has a different flavor. You know, this is the most positive one. During the day, but we have some, the ones that start at 7. Like No Filter Friday, you gotta be No Filter Friday. And no filter, right? They talk about every and anything, and music is the same way. And they're real
Right. All right, so we're gonna do your announcements and then we'll do history speakers, right? Got it? Thank you for picking that up, I'm sorry.
I'm coming back.
Coming back.
This message has been brought to you by Dave.
We're coming back.
Coming back, guys. Yeah, that was hot. That was hot. I appreciate it. Thank you, Marilyn, for doing positive news and giving us a little light.
It was a sign to me because I'm always so darn tootin' positive.
Yeah, darn tootin'. Yeah, don't use darn tootin' anymore.
No,
Never. Rootin' tootin' done. No, none of all that. Just bye-bye. Okay. But she is. She's so sweet, so positive. You know, it's like you pop a puppy on the nose. You don't want to do that. That's like her. You know, that's sweet.
Oh,
So
cry
thank you
if
for-
you caught me on the bed.
So that's what we, as you're noticing, we scour the internet for positive news stories around the world. You know, everything that the media shows to you is not truth, okay? They show you pictures of places in the world that people that live there go, where is that? You know, so you can watch mainstream TV and stuff and think that there is nothing good going on in the world. Not true. You can listen to FM radio and think that there's about 6 artists in the entire world. Not true. You gotta get in with internet radio, okay? Because we own our media and we control our media, and we are in the streets, in our communities, as well as around the world, bringing you the best talent, raw talent, real talent, before the machine steps in and tone it down, and that's what we have in here today. Now, with that being said, you know, IBNX is always out in the community. We are actually going to be featured at an event that is Sunday, September the 3rd, and it's a media day. And there are going to be a lot of other outlets out there. IBNX will be there. We have a panel, and we will be down in Little 5, and we will be talking about what we do here at IBNX, and so letting people know that we are here. As I'm saying that, I also need to let you know that we are here for your advertising needs as well. If you want to talk about that, hit me up. You can contact me, email, or whatever you wish, nluv@ibnxradio.com, and tell me, what your business is, and I can help you with your advertising needs. You need a commercial, we're able to do video commercials now. We've got everything you need. We're in your community. We are your community. We, as I said, we're your fans and your cheerleaders. Our small businesses, we want you to succeed. And so that's what we do here. What else we got going on?
We are live streaming on YouTube.
We're live streaming on YouTube.
Find us there. Find us everywhere.
4 cameras, 3 cameras.
There's a lot going on, that's for sure. So you can't miss us.
Exactly. And of course, September the 6th, this is your personal invitation to come out to support people who support you. And that's me. I have my first poetry feature at Reflective Soul Series, which is hosted by Siobhan Toombs. It's sponsored by Siobhan Toombs. Reflective Soul Series will be hosted this coming first Wednesday by your sister. She'll be back from her West Coast tour.
Yay!
Yeah, just in time to host us, her favorite people. Yeah, I know.
Miss her.
And so you'll get a chance. I'll be sharing the stage as a feature with Siobhan Toombs, and you'll get to hear my brand of poetry, as well as if you're local, you get a chance to purchase my CD as well as support. And I've got another project that is in the works, a book called Thoughts from the Purple Mind. The CD is Sounds from a Purple Mind that we released earlier this year, and Sounds from a Purple Mind Volume 2 is also on deck. So we got a lot for you. We're busy. We're just like you. We're out there busy, and just like we support you, we would love your support as well. So join me September the 6th at Mark Square, which is 1804 Montreal Court in Tucker, and doors open at 7. It's an open mic, so feel free, if you do music or whatever, feel free to join us and come out and do you. Also, if you have music, that needs to be submitted ahead of time too, so you can hit me up about that as well. We've got more coming for you. History Speaks. We're being joined by Mr. Rodney Williams. He's one of the original members of the Black Panther Party. And so he's going to give us History Speaks. Is that up next?
Yes, it is, and that is a treat. What a great storyteller.
There's a lot going on with this show.
Awesome.
We put a lot of work into it. So we thank you for your kind attention. And then we've got Industry Speaks. Soletica and the guys are in the house to talk to our very own Sean Bailey. So while you relax and listen to History Speaks, we'll get Sean on the phone. Love Speaks. Live Life in Purple on IBNX Radio. Here's History Speaks. I don't know how many conversations are going in my head at the same time. I mean, I'm talking out my ass. I'm just pulling this shit out. And my girls ain't working. You know they fat, right? So they're working and trying to pull. Say this! When I'm tripped it up, they can't get the information fast enough. No idea what's going on.
This is a really interesting History Speaks too. Lots of birthdays.
The story of this America and African Americans' role in it. We want to acknowledge and remember birthdays and some of the events that make up this ongoing story of America. We're acknowledging and recognizing the birthdays of several people this week, starting with Kathleen Coleman Johnson, a NASA aerospace technologist, one of the figures responsible for calculating the trajectories for many of NASA's missions. With NASA in mind, we also acknowledging the birthday of one Lieutenant Colonel Guion S. Buford, the first African American in space aboard the Challenger on NASA's
I need to find out.
shuttle mission STS-8.
Sean's on the line.
For a minute, and then we'll move on to, we also want to recognize and acknowledge the birthday of Valerie Simpson Ashford, prolific songwriter whose music constitutes the soundtrack for many of us in America. And another, Alice Coltrane, jazz pianist, the wife of John Coltrane. Uniquely, she's a jazz harpist, one of the very few artists who play the harp.
text him to call in?
I did.
Okay.
We have to acknowledge that it has its place in for America. And
Here's the right number.
No, it's not that. It's something the way the phone line is set up. It's the way the phone line is set up.
Instrumental in sparking what we know of the civil rights movement of the middle of 1950s. We also want to acknowledge the March on Washington, the March for and freedom, March on Washington, made famous by
Probably got 45 seconds.
Junior and I also want to recognize received an Emmy this week for her role and appeared on television's series Fake Play. I want to finish up with acknowledging the birthday of a prolific inventor named Bobby Boykin. Received over 26 patents, including, he's an investment engineer. Noteworthy inventions include a control unit for the pacemaker that's in use today. He also received in 1959 a patent for a wire the kind that is used in radios and television today. He also made a breakthrough device that would withstand the extreme changes in temperature and pressure that's used by the U.S. military in their guided missiles and IBM for computers.
How long have y'all been doing this?
Thank you.
We have been doing it since March. And love, the show is 3 years old, right?
You can find me on
I think we're about to go back on.
We're about to go back
Do we
on.
have a host or not?
Keep listening each week as we bring you more facts about our history. Remember, you don't know where we came from, you aren't going to know where you're going.
I was ready to cover for you, but
That's on you for a second.
You're listening to Live Life in the Purple on the IBNX network. Positivity.
it's a movement, baby.
I love that. Yes, positivity, it is movement. Thank you, Rodney, and thank you to Rebel Queen for the work that you do in setting us up with Rodney. You got some Letica in here today. You're just working hard, ain't you? Woo, I love my team.
It's called Black Girl Magic.
Fat girl magic. Woo, we got a little vanilla girl magic too. That edited Rodney's. We got you covered. Rainbow sprinkles and all that. It's a swirl. So we in the swirl right now. All right, that's what I'm saying. I'm not ashamed to love on my team. I love what we do here. And the energy is so beautiful. And so is the soul that's online hanging on for us right now. But I want Ty to go ahead and introduce our guests for our indie artists of the month, for the month of August.
Today, we are honored and pleased and blessed to have ISM Culture here in the studio. And that is this brother right here, Soletica. Say hello.
Hey, how y'all doing? I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Okay, and we got Nye Houston. Step up to the mic, Mike.
How you guys doing? Thanks for having us.
And we got Van.
How's it going, y'all? Honored to be here. I appreciate it.
This group, I heard Soletica on SoundCloud. SoundCloud, y'all. I heard this group on SoundCloud and just went absolutely nuts. And once I heard, the first song I heard was Melanin Pop. You killed it.
I like the way
You killed it. The video, everything was so dope. And I'm like, oh my God. I text Em and I said, Em, we got to get these people on the show.
I was like, are they in Atlanta?
So here we have them in the studio today. How are y'all doing?
Great. Well, glad to be here.
Good.
Go.
Good. We got you in because, you know, I saw that your music is it's just so, I like the tone, the flavor of the music. You've got a wide range, right? And it's not just average hip hop.
No, not at all.
No, you've got, is that you doing the vocals on To the World? Yo, I'm sorry. I'm saying, like, really, I mean, everything that they have, there is an old school flavor to it. You all got a real nice, I don't want to say eclectic. Y'all got a real nice, almost like a different, updated neo soul version
of R&B that you've got going, and then the hip hop, lyrically, y'all, you're gifted.
Thank you.
You're lyrically gifted. Every one of you, I enjoy. I'm telling you, I listen to your music almost every day. Didn't I tell you that?
Yes.
I did. I do. I rolled up to the studio today, and I was listening to you today. So I wanted to get you on the phone with Sean Bailey because I felt like, man, y'all are here, right here in Atlanta. You've got so much to offer, and I can't see any reason why y'all are not blown up.
We're working at it. It's gonna happen.
It's going to happen, right? It's going to happen. So we've got Sean
let's
Bailey
pause for
on
his
the phone.
intro.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get Sean Bailey on and we'll get it going, and we're going to see what we can do for you guys today.
Sounds good.
This is Sean Bailey of Vinyl Music Publishing. 29 years of music entertainment experience, collaborating with clients such as Eddie LeBron Jr., Big Daddy Kane, super producer Dave Hall, and the daughter of the late, great, legendary Ray Charles, Robin Lloyd Charles. I've worked with two of the biggest music labels in the industry, Warner Brothers Records and Sony Music Echo. And now, here to explain how infiltration can sometimes work better than integration. I'm Sean B, and it's time to talk about the people. It's my segment, Industry Speaks, Living Life in the Purple, on IBNX Radio.
What's up, Sean?
Hey, how's everybody doing out here?
We are doing great. All right.
I'm on to check you loud and clear.
Yes,
I think so.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I've spoken to one of the members probably 2 weeks ago on a one-on-one. We had a very great conversation. However, I checked out the music, and it is extraordinary. Very eclectic and very well produced and put together.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. What we were talking about was maybe putting a purpose to music, not just putting out the music and riding off of the artistry, which is incredible, but having more of a purpose-orientated project. I just wanted to know from the members out there if there's anything that they want to add according to that, as far as the marketing aspect of how they can actually come out a little bit differently to grab, just to maximize on their potential of a great project that they have.
All right, I have a question. The biggest thing right now, I think, with releasing music is streaming. So, what's better between BMI and ASCAP for artists? Like, how can they protect their music?
Protect the music?
Yes. Protect the music lyrically.
Well, a BMI, ASCAP, you have Sound Exchange. Those are the main, and CSAC. Those are the main ones as far as, American entities that actually help monitor and administrate and collect your performance royalties and publishing royalties. They're all the same. They're all the same. They all have different revenue streams that you can take advantage of. Like ASCAP has Soundstage, or I believe it's called Soundstage, where you can actually record, register the places that you perform and the songs that you perform, so that they can actually go to the venue and collect your royalties from there. So if you perform in any type of public place, any public place, it could be a club, it could be a theater, it could be a hall. If it's public, they have to have a license to pay you for your performance. And if they don't, they'll still pay you and go after the venue.
Okay.
So that's one way you can actually protect yourself to get paid by these particular entities and then there's something that's called International Sound Recording Code. Have you heard of that?
No, I haven't heard of that.
You did?
Said no, I haven't. No.
Okay. The International Sound Recording Code is like a 10-digit number that follows the record, and you can actually encode that digit into the master. And every time that plays, it identifies when it plays, where it plays.
Oh wow. Yeah, I didn't know that.
So that's what you guys should actually purchase as an entity to help you definitely start to track every movement of that particular song that you're pushing. And it's only like $90 or something like that. You have people like organizations like TuneCore, CD Baby. They actually sell them for $10 a piece. I'm telling you that you can get all of your sound recording code for about $90 for a lifetime. So if you need that information, I'll gladly give it to you.
Definitely need that. I used TuneCore before, but this definitely sounds like a way to save money. You know.
Oh, you said TuneCore?
Yes, I've used TuneCore before.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay, yeah, they do a lot of, they have a lot of services for administration. The only thing about that is that your songs have to produce in order for them to start to administrate.
Okay.
And they really only administrate from a licensing point of view for movies or commercials, which is okay. It's just that, your main thing is you have to start to get your publishing aspect in a high value, meaning, you have to start to concentrate on getting your stuff out there. That's what they don't do. They just administrate, and you can sit in their library until that happens. So, just, understand that aspect. I'm not saying that they're not good. It's just that you have to utilize them, correctly and really get on them when that process starts to happen.
Gotcha. And I have one more question for you. What's a good way that artists like myself can go out and brand and push the music in more ways than just the music? How do you get your face out there?
As far as branding is concerned, how do you get out there in a more effective way?
Yes.
There's a lot of different ways. I would say the best way to do that is to really think outside of the box as far as reach is concerned. And that goes back to our conversation the first time. I forgot which one of you did I talk to?
It was me, Selecta.
Right. We talked about purpose. We talked about, not just putting the music out saying, hey, this is dope, but try to attach it to something of meaning. And I'll just give you an example. The situation down in Houston right now, which is really big. A lot of people need help right now. You have FEMA, you have the Red Cross. Maybe there's a song out there right now that speaks to that particular situation in one way or another. You would go and you would try to get in touch with the Red Cross, which has, I don't know how many people in their database. But you'll say, hey, I want to lend my song to, the victim, or partial proceeds to the victim the victims of this particular tragedy. And I want to work with you, Red Cross, you know, and in order to you know, make this happen. So they give you the green light, and then now you take that brand of the Red Cross, and then you go out to other outlets or platforms that will utilize your brand and the Red Cross and the tragedy in itself and help you spread that word. Not only that, you're utilizing your brand and your database or your fan base. You have the Red Cross that can help you with their fan base. That's going to, you know, actually help you spread the word. Not only that, the radio station or whatever platform that you go to will utilize yours and the Red Cross and theirs. So if you can see how this is ballooning out with the reach, just by you associating yourself, you know, you can see how now quickly you have spread it across all three platforms in one shot.
Gotcha. Networking.
Sean, this is Marilyn. Then after you get associated with the Red Cross, then you put it on your website, right? And you make it known that you're associated with them.
That's correct. That's correct.
That logo goes there.
That logo goes there. So it's all about a strategic plan and utilizing everyone's database. It's all about the database. Because once you grab the attention of that audience, you need to capture them. However, either getting their telephone number or getting their email address, and then once you get that, you pull them to the side. You know, you pull them to the side and say, hey, let me show you what I got. You know, you just don't automatically assume that social media is going to take care of you, because not only you is on there, but a million other people is on there at one time doing the same thing that you're doing. So yeah, you may get the likes, or you may get a couple of views on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, but it's up to you to grab them out of that so that they can. You have the ability to sit down with them one-on-one and say, "This is what I got." That's where your money is.
And that's how you turn those likes into sales, right?
That's what you turn those likes or those people into sales. And they're not only, because that's what, okay, let me back up. That's what social media is doing to you. What they're doing is they're saying, hey, come and use my platform. And I want you to bring more people to the platform. Because people are looking at what you are doing, and they're intrigued or whatever, but then they get on and they join. And then what they do, they take all of that information, that data, and they sell it. Or they sell to. So that's the nature of really the business. It's really not about recording or selling music. It's about using the music to gather people to sell to. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know what else,
Okay.
Sean, this is Marilyn again, and I love what you're saying, and I've heard it before in other mediums for selling books as well, and by hooking oneself up to some sort of charity, let's use your example, you can also call radio stations and magazines and tell them, we wanted to help, everyone wanted to help, this is how we're helping, and be interviewed, and because people are always looking for stories, because everyone knows the big story is the hurricane, and everyone feels at a loss to help. And I think it's a wonderful creative story, so you can market yourself in that way for how you're being helpful to others and being a part of the solution.
Yeah, Marilyn, you're absolutely right. You're 100% correct. But not only that, you have to look at the science behind why this radio station is going to accept your story. They're not just accepting anyone's story because, oh, I just want to help. They're looking at the potential of the reach that you can bring. So if you are associated with a Red Cross or, you know, a big cancer society that has a database of about over 100,000 people, they're going to take you because they know that you have the reach of those people in that organization. They're going to listen.
Yes.
So it's about numbers. It's all political. It has nothing to do with how talented you are no more. It's about the reach and how can my station make more money off of this.
That makes a lot of sense.
You don't think that, oh, I'm dope and the music is just incredible and I'm going to get played. That's not the case. That's why they pick the bigger artists from the bigger record labels, because they know that the labels have put in money at the reach of other people. So yes, you can come on my station because I know you're going to promote and your label's going to promote.
So get the Red Cross first.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was saying, so get your foot on the ground with someone that you want to be associated with, like the Red Cross or someone big, and then call the radio station and say, look who I'm hooked up with, and that's when they're more interested, as well as a good story.
Yeah, I mean, it's about campaigning. You know, it's all about campaigning. The same way you see a politician do it, how they hook up with a corporation or another organization to back them, is the same way an artist should take their career.
Wow.
Because it's not about the music. The music is only a ploy to say, hey, I'm here, look at me. That's it. It's not about the sales. Even though you can get the revenue stream, it's not your main revenue stream.
So at this point that they are in their career, how long guys been putting music out there, Somatica?
Now 4 years.
So at this point, what do you recommend for them, Sean?
You know what? It may sound a little strange, but I recommend that they sit down and work out a business plan. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about a whole big, you know, corporate to-do. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is map out exactly what you want to do by the end of the year. You know, what are you guys' strengths? You know, is it, you know, if it's soul, you know, and I'm just bugging out here, don't take me literally. If it's soul, maybe you should be selling sneakers with thick soles. I don't know. I'm just bugging out, but I just want you to think about how your music could associate with people every day. And use the music and utilize the product that you're going to be selling to your audience. It's like opening up a store. You have the store, but what's in the store? What's going to bring people to the store? What are you selling on the shelves in the store? That's what you guys have to start thinking about and modeling yourself after, because the music is going to bring the people, yes. But then what are you going to do after that? How are you going to eat the next day? What's going to keep a residual as you sleep? You got to plan for that. You know, you really got to plan for that. And maybe you need to look into someone who's great at marketing to do that, to help you.
Right.
You know, bring that to fruition, because you guys are artists. I get it. What I'm saying is more business oriented, but at this particular point, you have to compete. And you can do that as an indie. It's just that now you guys have to start to think about becoming more independent, becoming more sovereign, as I would say, taking care of yourselves first, instead of doing the music, looking for someone to take care of you.
Right.
You understand? Once that happens, everything's gonna start to change, because then the good people that's looking at you like Chance the Rapper, this dude is making millions, I want to get down with him. They're looking to be taken care of, not to take care of him. And he's thinking different now, like, I can pick and choose what I want to do, because I'm Chance the Rapper. I did this by myself.
Right.
Nice.
You know, so it's that mindset. That's what I would say. That's my biggest advice to you guys, is to restructure your thinking about how this goes down. Because then, you know, you can be a master or a slave. There's no in between.
Right.
Wow. Did you guys benefit from talking to Sean?
Yes, definitely.
Drop some knowledge, right? So you got something to go back and go to Waffle House, go to somewhere and sit down and have a meeting, right?
It kind of is a different thing, doesn't it? It's great. First of all, you're wonderful musicians and you've been doing it for a while. You're solid and you're ready to go. But this makes it the business of the music. It looks at it a whole different way, Sean. You've done this so many times each month with all these artists.
And it's different each time.
It's remarkable, taking the artistry and turning it into the business part of it all.
Well, we actually... Go ahead, Sean.
It's 10% show, 90% business.
Ah, 10% show, 90% business.
And Sean, this is Ty. Didn't you tell me before, I think in that last conversation, you're not selling the steak, you're selling the sizzle. That's how
I'm selling what?
You said, but I'm pretty sure that came from you. You're not selling the steak for these guys. They're not selling the steak, they're selling the sizzle.
Yeah, that is correct.
Wow.
That's a good way of looking at it. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Sean. We're going to wrap this up. We've got some of their music to listen to, and hopefully we've got a little bit of time to hear from them live. But we can let you go, or you can hang out with us. We appreciate you for the wisdom that you bring, and I'm sure your information, they have it. For our listening audience, is that in your outro already? I think that's in your outro, your contact information.
Yeah, my contact information is in the outro, but just in case, you can email me at zylamusicpub@gmail.com. That's Z is a zebra, I is an Isaac, L is a Larry, A is an Apple, H is an Harry, musicpub@gmail, or you can call me on my office line at 888-712-9995. But I hope everything that I said, resonates somehow.
Yes, definitely. Appreciate it. Thank you.
We appreciate you, Sean, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, peace.
Peace. And that, folks, is you heard talking to Zyla Music Publishing CEO Sean Bailey. He does this thing, and we're talking to Soletica and his crew in here live. I'm going to take a pause for the cause because I want you to hear one of their tracks. It's a slow groove, but listen to the words. I love it. As I said, poets rule, and we've been ruling today. So we're going to listen to Bumpy Roads by Soletica. Y'all get that. You got SoundCloud. I know you do. You got SoundCloud. Find Soletica. 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 All right? Y'all groove to this. Whose voice is that? That's your voice right there?
Yes.
What? I'm telling you. And have you heard To the World? No.
To the World is awesome because he did most of it, but then we all got in and just sang it and did like all the background.
Oh yeah, to open up to the. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, I was born in the '70s, so that's like.
That's what it. That's
oh man, yeah, it's good. I love that. See now, I need my brown look. I need something in the glass, you know what I'm saying? I need the breeze on the back porch. Light that candle.
The last 5 to 6
that's the ones I saw on Instagram.
Yeah, all the ones with like the orange cover and the borders.
Okay.
None of those are coming.
Okay, but everything on like New Jive.
Yes.
Okay. Because I'm like, that's y'all are too good to have music. Nice.
Yeah.
You didn't expect them to have a voice, right? Oh, you didn't know? I know. Huh?
Turn up just a little bit. Knows what we're listening to. That was really fascinating.
Yeah, that was a deep conversation. That's our biggest struggle right now. It's like us and just the people around us. It's kind of like we always get that. Like everybody knows, it's like you have everything, you just don't know how to push it. Like we did it for a little while.
Hey, I mean, I get it. You got your hustle, you're trying to work, you got stuff, but Sean makes a good, I'll tell you the amount of talent that we have.
I think he makes a good point. He says do something different, and he goes on to say how to do something different. That was a good example, but you have to climb onto something that's hot and be a part of it and get somebody else, and
Like
get that
social
logo.
Yeah. Like I think about photosynthesis.
You have to find a big, Black Lives Matter or somebody big that we can take their logo.
Black Lives Matter,
Somebody, so that's what I'm saying. Social justice is great, but you have to find that logo to climb with.
Yeah, well, there's lots of what's going on, just identifying with it, or just just identifying it. We're coming back. I can't use that. Trisha's 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I hope your mama wasn't looking, because I'm about her age and I was all up in that. I was like, yeah. That was nice. So this is what I'm saying. I know everybody want to go hard, but there is also that groove that's nice too, right? Yes, everything. They have another one on this last album called New Jive, and the song is called Sucker. Oh my God! It's like, it makes you think of it makes you think of a high school crush. It makes you think about something just really smooth and falling in love. And I mean, you just don't hear lyrics like that anymore. Right. You don't.
Yeah, thank you.
What's your inspiration?
Artist-wise influence, it's a lot. Andre 3000 Kanye, Parliament.
Parliament?
Yeah, Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu. It's a lot of people that really influenced me, but it's really just, of course, Van, not Houston. But,
Can you talk to me a little bit about the influence in your New Jive video? That was the imagery in that was so. What's that monkey about? No, I get that. Okay, let me explain the monkey. But the imagery was. When you go to SoundCloud and you type in Souletica, you're gonna see New Jive. Your latest.
Yes.
It's out, and there's an old monkey with a cane. What's up?
It's like it's holding like a spirit universe.
Okay, I'm pulling it up now.
But the monkey was just like it's like a spirit animal.
Okay. I saw wisdom and I figured that's what it was about.
Yeah.
Every time I
have like a party vibe to it.
Like a party vibe to it, yeah. Okay. So, but and the imagery that y'all have, like when I looked at it, the way the visuals were, the certain colors were like the purple and the green was popped out, walking. I mean, it spoke to me. It just had so much going on in there, and it was so off. It's different. What made you do that?
I'm just trying to bring like an image to each song. Like every song has like a certain feeling, and I want the image to show exactly what I felt when I made the song. So even Sucker, one of our friends, Sophie Falah, she shot it for us, but me, Not Houston, we all just came together and just made that video. Takia Williams, she made the Melanin Pop video, so she directed that one.
And these are all local people in your...
Yes,
okay.
Friends, yeah.
Wow.
New Hollywood Productions, Takia?
Yeah, New Hollywood Productions. And that's Takia Williams, and then...
We're all about networking and you know, being interconnected with each other, because we all need each other. So definitely, you know, we want to put each other in our networks, and you know what I'm saying, and get you out to some open mics, and let people know who you are, you know, and let people know what's going on, you know.
Yeah, since y'all been in the studio, I've already reached out to the two artists, two spoken word artists that are hosts and that have shows in Atlanta, because I'm texting them y'all music and pictures, and of course M Love. She doesn't talk about it much, but she's a host. She's a really awesome, not just a radio host, but she does these shows also at Reflector Soul Series.
Oh yeah,
she has a great presence and a great network of people.
Yeah. So that's what we do. That's what we want to do is continue to support you, find out more how the network can help you, and as we grow, you grow. You need a machine behind you, and it's a collab. It's a collaboratory thing, and I thank Rebel Queen for bringing you out. She was freaking out. So, and that's what you want. That's the reaction that you want, and so that's cool. I've had such a blast today. Definitely, if you want to hear the catalog of Soletica, you guys got to find them on SoundCloud. Any other places that you are, they can see your videos and stuff. Where else?
Soletica.com.
Soletica.com.
Yes, I have all the music, all the visuals. It's all right there. So
okay.
Easiest way to get everything.
Awesome. We're gonna bring this thing on down. It's been amazing. It's been amazing. But keep in mind, just as much as we're having fun here, there are people suffering around the world. But here in the States, here in Houston. So whatever you can do, there are organizations that are collecting water, diapers, all types of things, and it's on social media. There are lists out there, so go Google it and find out what you can do. Do what you can do. Just remember, it could easily be us. It could be something else. It may not be water, but it's something, and it could happen at any time. So just think of each other. I do want to leave you with, I want to introduce you to some things that I'm doing. This is one of the pieces that I'll be doing on next Wednesday, and it's kind of funny. Still looking for music for it, so if you got the track for me, Tippy's going to hook me up. And this is I Just Do Me, and it just reminds me, because I was in here cheer dance queen. Nah, I don't dance the latest dances. Bumping, jumping all over the place, legs and arms moving, hips grooving with the crowd, all that sweating. Nah, child, that ain't me. I just do me. Cheer dance queen, dancing in one spot. Now that's what I do. Smooth and mellow with the hint of 80s, hip-hop, 90s style, my style, freestyle. It's cool though, if you saw it, you'd like it, because I just do me. Nah, I don't sing. Soprano, contralto, or alto, sounds coming out of the body that brings chills to your bones and a warmth to your heart, makes people stand in line just to get a chance to hear you. Nah, girl, that ain't me. But I do get down in my car with the radio blasting though. Sounds just like a better than the singer. Why? Because I just do me. What I can do speaks to my soul first, an intense wave of emotions, a soft whisper from my heart only. Then a calm fills me, and I have to stop and listen. Words so urgent that nothing else matters but to release them. A staccato beat, drumming through my veins. I'm not free until they're through with me, begging for release. Through the holes in my soul, I give them to the light so I can become whole. My flow is so easy and nice that I'm awed, then humble. Words that spring from deep spaces, inner places, and connected to a higher source coming through me. Wow. Now, I'll probably never sing your song or groove with you on the dance floor too long. But should I ever put pen to paper and set my heart in your direction? Just relax and get ready for the flow. Because that's what I do. I just do me. That's that piece. And we'll see you back here in this studio, in this seat, next Tuesday for more Live Life in the Purple with this beautiful energy that we bring to you. And we just kick it up there in the atmosphere just for you. This is what happens at IBNX Radio all week long. So go out and like IBNX. See our listing on IBNXradio.com. Join us on all the multimedia platforms that we've got out there. And patronize us because we're here for you. Thank you to the crew. Thank you to Soletica. Thank you to Soul Scribe Sayer. And also your sister for... Oh, okay. No, it's the two. Thank you for everybody for hanging out there with us. I want these guys to go out with something. If we got, just take us on out with some good. Step up to the mic. Y'all can borrow my mic. I don't care.
Do what you got to do.
Do what you do.
I'm not going to do.
Yeah, a little something.
Our spoken word is called When I Have a Child. And I released it with a song. It's called When I Have a Child / Die Tonight.
Okay.
Here we go. When I have a child, I'll teach him about respect and good faith. It's hard because this world ain't a good place. I show him pictures of a queen and ask him what does he think. By the time he turned 3, they gonna all be extinct. At 22, I'm sorry.
Keep moving, poet. Bring it back. Come on, poet.
When I have a child, I'll teach him about respect and good faith. He gonna need it to survive. This world ain't a good place. I'll show him pictures of a queen and ask him what does he think. Because by the time he turned 3, they gonna all be extinct. Under his shirt, at first grade, under his shirt would be a bulletproof vest. Being black and innocent will get you shot and laid to rest. I give him condoms, poetry, and some knowledge from my past so he could love the proper way and see a mind before. I ask God for forgiveness for all of my sins and pray my child is in my image only and my positives. I hope me and his mother are in love or on good terms because things can turn in moments when the baby is born. At 24, I see the youth and pray my youngin' can grow with no toe tags and friends to stay down like 4 flats. No lashes on their mind from mental slavery. Walk on a respectable path like my mother paid for me. I've seen women that can't be trusted. I've seen brothers trying to be goons. I've seen killers, I've seen thugs, gang bangers, I've seen coons. I've seen Trayvon, Michael Brown, seen my people in the news. So when I have you child, I pray none of these things resemble you.
Oh, nice. What's up? That is Soletica. All right? And we thank you for your kind attention. Thanks for hanging out with the crew. We do this every week. What? Positivity is a movement. We're out.
That was beautiful. Sad.
Yeah. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for your kind attention. Soletica, Souletica. Scribe Sayers, SCRIBESAYAR. Y'all check us out. Stay tuned. We love you.
Okay.
Thank y'all. Man,
I'm glad you good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad. Wow. Okay. So, you guys got a few more minutes. We'll probably catch you for some pictures.
We can get some pictures out in the lobby.
Yeah.
Because we have more space. We're going to upload. IBNX Radio.
IBN. Is that our friend from across the pond?
No.
No. Who was that?
Trish had that a long time ago.
Oh,
yeah. We started out with that. All right, guys. We had 1,120. I couldn't even count for me. I couldn't read that. Yeah. 4
pictures.
That was worldwide. That's not all the numbers, but that was worldwide.
Yes, that's awesome.
Here.
Oh, by the IBNX thing out here?
Yeah, it's more space, right? It's
Yeah.
more crowd in here.
Yeah. All day long. I ran around for 8 hours like production, right?
Oh, yeah. We did for the rundown?
For the rundown.
Oh, there were people, we had both buildings, they were next door.
Yeah.
People selling things, people cooking food upstairs, people making tacos fresh next door, people doing live performances in here.
And I'm just gonna tell y'all right now, the one good thing is y'all, they're not here right now, but y'all would
Oh, yeah.
y'all would easy been the best artists in the studio that day. I was trying to get y'all at my son to come out.
Oh, come out and take a picture.
Yeah, y'all were listening in California, she said this show.
I don't know, how y'all do the rundown every,
No, every month.
oh, every month?
Every month, I know.
But
I know. We were doing it on, like, at restaurants and clubs had stuff. This was remarkable. This is the first time back in this spot. So, yeah, it's gonna be a monthly.
Right, because there was so much going on, the carpet had been full of people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did y'all meet Aaron, our engineer?
I like the song. Thanks.
Yeah, we got it. I wish we just did it. When we host you guys live or somewhere like I got, Sean has my number, so I'm gonna tell him to give it to all y'all, and I'm gonna be, dark chocolate, caramel, cinnamon. Okay, when I get in here, you I'm sure it's how we're gonna fry. We'll get this swirl going. Look here, what needs, look here. He's trying to move it all over the phone. Thank you. You send that to me. That's yours, right? Yeah. Okay, you send that to me. Okay. Yeah, wait, let me wait. Okay. When that comes up, we'll log in for it. That ensures that we have the information, so when we have stuff going on, we can be aware of it. Now, what's coming, I'll give you a little heads up, what's coming is that while we're streaming live, so some content we can't play. You know, Beyonce don't want to play the music, without that. So there is a video element that we're going to add too. So like your video, the public, the listening online will be listening to, let's say, Beyonce. But we have an opportunity to promote our local artists and advertise, stuff like that. We have packages where you can have your videos being shown with your information there, so they can go out and buy your music or whatever, or do whatever. That's coming as well. So yeah, so your music, and your music, is it for sale now? Can you, because I don't know. Yeah, you can buy it online, but you can also share it again after music. I have my iPhone is for work, so I don't want to, I'm an Android person. Yeah, so you can definitely use Spotify, Google Play. Spotify, Google Play, okay. But I can buy it from Google Play? Okay. I'm going to send you a number that you can call in and leave us a drop. And I'll text you the, I mean, you can do it now, but it's best for the number because if I don't know, I got to check it out. Where you download the email. Those people, Dropbox, mailbox, and I need to alert. So we got to
Yeah, 480. For an AV, in a year. She taking this one? It's a M Love copy.
That is M Love's copy, or it isn't?
It's a M Love copy.
Oh, we could take that with us.
I took this out the bag. Just so you know. I just ordered it.
Oh, that was just so it wouldn't get squashed.
Thank you for the sandwich.
I went and got regular jelly, did you know?
I told you, I could tell the difference. I was like, you know, this not correct.
I went and bought grape jelly. Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Sure.
I didn't know if you
I
liked
wish I would have ate
it.
them chips, but I like the cheese
Oh, you
and.
would
No, but I'm gonna like salt. I thought it was salt and
barbecue
vinegar.
and salt and vinegar. That's all you eat. I know you're very particular.
You know me. Put it like this. Anything with salt and vinegar is good with me. Just
I know.
You know how I am about salt and vinegar.
I know. I always got a bag of shit in the house for you.
So like pickles is a good snack for you?
Yeah, I eat pickles.
I don't like
I wouldn't eat it as a snack. That's not a snack. Like you can get full off of pickles. And if you do, you'll have high blood pressure. You have to eat about 10.
I don't really. Have you ever had fried pickles?
You know, it's crazy. My cousin asked me about that the other day.
Really?
I used to work at Captain D's where they did fried pickles.
Uh-huh.
I tried it. I ain't.
You scratch your crotch on camera?
I did not.
Jenny said he saw her scratch on camera.
He's so full.
Oh, which camera? When he was watching on YouTube?
Yeah, and we're on now. We're still on.
We're not supposed to be.
Man, that's my picture.
We're still on.
Hey, it's still live.
Oh, he doesn't laugh. That's funny. Funny.
I did not scratch my